Good morning and welcome to the Match Solitaire Saturday Challenge Live. Every Saturday we play the daily challenge. Why are you looking at me so weird? It's really hard to do my intro when Allison is looking at me like, what are you doing? No?
I thought you
doing
were
okay?
Well, I got confused because you said you were going to make the intro shorter and then you launched into full thing and then I just sort of realized, oh, that's not getting edited down. I was just thinking, that's all.
Okay. Okay, it's really difficult. Okay, back to the spiel. We play the daily challenge every Saturday. First person to win gets bragging rights for the week. You're welcome to join us every Saturday and play along, see if you can beat our times, or if you need some help. One of us has solved it every week at least.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm David, and with me, what? Allison is just dying over here. I don't know. What am I doing wrong?
Nothing. You're doing nothing wrong.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay. I'm David. With me, I have two of the top 10 Match Solitaire players, Allison.
Hi.
And Caitlin.
Hi.
Okay.
Oh, Allison, our littles aren't synchronized anymore. Oh, they're pretty close.
They're pretty close.
Ooh, they look really close. Yeah.
They were really close until Allison flipped her screen around.
Oh, no.
It's okay. I think they're okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
great.
Now I got to be careful that I don't gesture with my phone anymore.
Yes. Okay, so let's see. Do I have any updates for this week? Yes. I have a new feature, which I'll just point out real quick. If I swipe over to the left, under settings, I have this new item to link a device. So if you want to link a device, you choose old device on your old device and new device on your new device. And it looks something like this. You'll get, oh no, I should not show that code. Oh my gosh. That was
I have to go back and edit that out.
Well, that code's only valid for 5 minutes, so. Oh shoot. Oh, good. The good news is nobody else has that feature yet, so they can't use the code. So yeah,
true.
if you are live streaming, don't show that code because someone could use that code to link up and basically take over your account. Don't. So yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Is this useful for if you get a new device and you're getting rid of your old device, or if you want to be able to play on like a phone and a tablet?
Both scenarios.
And switch back and forth.
So you could play. Yeah. You could use it for exactly that, for transferring from an old device to a new device. But normally you could just use the device's backup and restore.
Right.
And that would be fine. But so it's mainly for, like, if you want to transfer from, let's say you switch from iOS to Android, or
Oh, I see.
You want to, let's say you have the Steam version, you want to be able to play on your PC sometimes on the big
okay.
screen. You could sync with your PC. Yeah, so you can sync across Mac OS, Windows, Android, and iOS. You can have them all synced up to your to one account if you like. So,
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. It's just a feature I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I finally broke down and did it. So, it was partly because it's kind of similar to the gift feature, which I did last week. So that one. I did add one new thing where if the URL linking doesn't work or for whatever reason, you can you can redeem a gift code manually now by entering the code if you like. There's also a paste button now where you can paste numbers in from the clipboard. So anyway, that's the new feature for this week. I am actively trying to wrap up new features and just get the game in good shape to kind of coast for the long term. So, yep, that's my update. And with that, last week, Caitlin, you were the only one to solve the difficult puzzle of the day. And it was actually really,
Yep.
I was really impressed that you were able to do that on the stream live, because it took me a while after the stream to get it. So I don't know why, but I just had
I mean,
had
I
some
feel like it's
trouble
one of
with
those
it.
things. Sometimes you just luck into the right path, and then you just keep going, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get it, and sometimes you don't. So, yeah.
Yeah, it took a while, but yeah, there were two. If I still think I remember, you had to get the 3s and then the 5s. At least that's the way I did it, and then it was super straightforward after that. But if you didn't get those first 2 in that order, it was really tough. So yeah, we had a lot of people checking out the live stream for your solution last week, so that was fun. And it turns out. We came up, neither Allison or I solved the puzzle last week, but after looking back at the footage, Allison started the second puzzle before I did, so
I see.
that makes me the loser for the week. So,
Okay.
So yeah, for that I have to do the countdown. That's
I
the
thought
deal.
you were going to comment on the fact that last week, after you guys called it and you were like, okay, let's just move on, Allison was like still playing in the background to try to get it before you.
That's funny.
Hey.
That's typical.
Yeah. I try hard.
Yeah,
try hard.
That's typical.
Give it my all.
All right, so my turn to do the countdown. You all ready?
Yep.
Ready?
All right, here
Ready.
we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I do have some other things I can tell you. The music is all done. So Charlotte Veronica
Cool.
got in the last music, and so yeah, it's all in. Whoops, what am I doing?
And there are a lot of sound effects.
Yes.
I was playing yesterday, and my cat was sleeping on the bed next to me, and I tapped on the Lewin, right? That's his name.
Yep.
And he'd made this little squeaky toy noise, and my cat was like, "Ruff!" and like popped her head up, like, "What is that?"
That's
very
great.
cute. Sorry, I was like, "Sorry, kitty, I know I woke you up."
Yeah, we decided to go with sound effects rather than voiceovers for the mythical characters. So yeah, they all just make their sounds. They're not anthropomorphized or whatever. Why am I having trouble with this?
I'm having
I am
trouble
too.
too. Yeah.
Oh.
Nobody warned us.
No, nobody said it was hard today. What? Okay, it must be I'm just starting with the wrong. I'm starting over. Yes.
I've already started over. I guess I have to start over again.
Yeah, I've started over a few times already.
What on earth? It seems like it starts off so well.
Yeah.
One match is super easy. That's it. Okay. Yeah, I can't really progress after that. What in the world? Okay. Get to the bottom of that. But then just get stuck. Uh-oh, someone got another match?
No, I just keep I'm
Okay.
doing and undoing the same match.
Okay. That sound scares me.
I think you have no reason to be scared today.
Oh,
What on earth?
this one,
This is weird.
Restart.
yeah, I can't really make
Restart.
any progress. Ah, shoot. I thought it was after the hard one last week. I was sure this was going to be an easy
Yeah.
one. Nope. I have tried a bunch of different starts and nothing has
Nope.
paid off.
Restart. What on earth? So tempted by the same things every time,
Yeah.
and I need to just go
Yeah.
for myself.
Can't break out of that loop.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
somebody's
I made a
doing something.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, it sounds like she's got
Yeah,
it.
there
Yeah,
you
that
go.
sounds
I
like a
did it.
big breakthrough.
Oh, my goodness.
Splendid.
You can't crush us twice in a row.
It was
Gotta
like,
be some sort of...
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just kind of kept stacking, and then it just eventually something happened. I don't know.
I have some good stacks going, but I can't capitalize.
Nope. I have a bad feeling Caitlin's going to finish
I
all
know!
of it
If
before
the rest
we
of them
do.
are easy, we're
Yeah.
doomed. Oh.
No, I want to strike somewhere.
I'm already restarting on number 2, though.
Thank goodness.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I
Why
can't.
are they so hard?
I can't make progress on this one. I have such a great stack going, but just
All right, I'm restarting.
oh my
I
goodness.
can't figure out what I did wrong. I hate this one. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm just getting nowhere.
Oh, that's not right. That's not right. Restart again.
3, 2, ace. Oh, I'm one off always. What's my next match? No.
Nope. Just no. Didn't show on that match. What did I do so wrong?
Yeah, I'm just completely stuck on this one. I don't want to restart because I did
I don't
make a
even know.
bunch of
I kind of
progress.
want to go back to where I was before, but I don't even know how to do it.
Okay, I got something. Oh no, she's got the next one. Oh, we are doomed.
2 is not easy
Grand.
either, by the way. So,
We're in trouble.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was up with this week? What did you do, David?
I don't know. It's just
What did you
random.
do?
It's just. I feel like I'm getting there. I want to at least finish one. Come on, David. You could do this. Just give me a minute to finish one. Don't finish the third one too fast. Okay, come on. I got some great stacks going, but why can't I finish them off? No, no. Oh, no. What's... Okay. Start here.
Nope.
Man, this thing is foiling me at every... It's 5-4, Queen Jack 10. Come on, I should have this by now. Oh no, is she getting it? Are you getting close, Caitlin?
Maybe.
Oh no.
I don't know yet. I'm not being coy. I honestly don't know.
I don't.
Oh, thank goodness I finished
I
one.
didn't finish. I'm starting over again.
That was brutal.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, I don't. I don't want to start over on this one too.
This is messed up. So you're saying I might have a chance if I can get to number 2?
Oh, jeez, what? This week. Oh my gosh. What is happening? What do I do here? Maybe I need to do this differently too. Oh my gosh. Gosh, what?
Yeah.
I'm not going to finish the first one.
It's a ridiculous amount of stacking, at least it was for me.
I'm trying to stack.
It's very...
I'm trying. Not trying. 4, 3, 2.
I'm practically starting over on number 2 already.
How does that?
Yeah, this is insane. I don't think we've ever had like 2 really hard weeks in a row. Oh no, she's got it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, none of those were easy. I found all 3 of those to be hard.
Oh.
What a
The sound of our doom. Oh. All right. It's Caitlin again. Are we gonna duke it out to finish another one? I don't think.
No, I mean
I'm not
lost.
making real progress.
And my brain is not liking this at all. Race time.
Yeah.
I've never been double skunked before.
Oh, yeah, that's true. This is a first.
Yeah.
It's not an auspicious start to the new year.
No.
No. And I'm still here like on the second one making no progress. So I really want to finish it, but I'm sure no one wants to sit here and watch me struggle. So, okay. I guess we're going to call it.
Yeah.
To get back to this one later today. Oh my goodness. All right. Good job, Caitlin.
Yes, very good job.
I didn't think any
Congrats.
of those were as hard as the one that was really hard last week, but like the fact that all 3 of them, usually there's one that's really easy, and all 3 of those were hard.
Yeah. Usually there's only one that's hard.
Yeah.
And then occasionally 2, but yeah, tough week. All right. Well, we're probably going to get a lot of a lot of people coming to check out the stream.
Good for your view count.
Get the solutions. All right. Well, good luck with that, everyone. And with that, how about some fun facts to bring up the mood a little bit?
Okay.
Who wants to go? How about Caitlin? You got to.
Sure.
All right.
So, so I guess a kind of a prelude to my fun fact. I'm curious, so you can think about this. I was thinking about like where I get my fun facts from, because I feel like, so there's some proportion, maybe like 20% of them are just things that I already knew, and then there's some proportion that's just like something interesting that I happened across in the previous week, like either reading it or on a podcast or whatever, and that's probably like half of them. And then there's also a proportion where I'll just like going about doing my whatever day-to-day life, and I go, oh, I wonder what about why this is the way it is, or what's the history of such and such, and then I go and look it up. And so it's actually kind of fun to do these fun facts, because then it drives me to go look up that stuff. anyway, so that's what I had this week, is that I was feeling cookie withdrawal after I finished eating all my Christmas cookies. And so I was like, I'm going to make some more cookies. And so I made some more cookies one day this week. Just regular good old chocolate chip. But anyway, as I was doing this,
biscuits for the Brits. So
what's that?
Biscuits for the Brits, so they know what we're talking about.
So do we have a significant British stream audience?
Do we have a lot of viewers in the UK?
We have a lot of Great British Bake Off watchers.
Oh, that's true.
Two right here.
Okay. So I was thinking about eggs.
Oh.
Because, and specifically eggshells, because so growing up on the West Coast, we pretty much only ever had white eggs when you go to the grocery store. And probably nowadays it's different, because you like organic ones, you probably get different things. And obviously I had a friend who had chickens, and those chickens laid brown eggs. But if you went to your good old Safeway or whatever, all you were gonna find was white eggs.
Yeah, that's weird. That's true. That's true.
But in New England anyway, which you pretty much only get brown eggs. So I remember going to visit my grandparents who live in Maine when I was a kid, and they would only ever have brown eggs in the grocery store. And I was told, well, we only see white eggs at Easter because that's what you use to dye if you're going to dye eggs. And so, now living in New England myself, it's mostly brown eggs. There'll be some white eggs year round if you want them, but it's mostly brown eggs. And I've lived in the Midwest, and that was kind of a mix, half and half. And anyway, so then I was thinking, like, okay, what actually makes eggshells different colors? And I looked it up, and one thing I hadn't noticed until I was reading about this is that brown eggshells, when you crack it open, they're actually white on the inside. So the brown color is only on the external part of the shell. And so the color is determined by what breed of chicken it is. And what I read about was chicken eggs. I'm sure that obviously other bird species make different colored eggs as well. But there is a particular breed of chicken that lays blue eggs.
What?
Yeah. And those eggs, the inside of the shell, not like the white of the, I'm not talking about like the actual like liquidy white part of the egg, but the interior side of the shell is actually blue because the blue pigment can go all the way through. Oh. And if you breed together a brown egg laying chicken and a blue egg laying chicken, you get green eggs.
Seriously?
Really?
Yeah. Or the shells are green. I mean, I don't think it affects the yolk is not going to be green. Anyway, so the reason that brown eggs are the brown color comes from a compound called protoporphyrin, which is actually, it's like basically the same as you have a compound in your blood called heme that binds an iron molecule, and then that binds to the oxygen, and that's what ferries all the oxygen around in your blood. And so if you take that molecule and you take away the iron, what you're left with is this molecule called porphyrin. And so this is basically the same thing. That's what makes, and so when there's an iron bound, it's red, and when there's no iron, it's brown. And so that's why brown eggs are brown. And is that because of that molecule? And then the blue one, I don't remember what compound it is specifically. It's related. There are all these different compounds, and they absorb different wavelengths of light, and that's actually what makes them a color. Okay. But the blue compound is deposited onto the egg earlier in the egg maturation process inside the chicken than the brown compound is, and plus it can get through the shell more easily. So that's why the blue one will be seen on the inside of the interior side of the shell as well as the exterior, and the brown is only on the exterior. Anyway, so that's my fun fact. Why are chicken
really
eggs different colors?
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't think about it being a West Coast versus East Coast thing. I just thought it was like the brown eggs were getting trendy or something. But
no,
because I see them all.
Breeds of it's about what breeds of chickens are
Interesting.
being
So
raised in different places. Yeah.
Oh, and so
Or probably what companies, or these for
Right.
the like industrial ones, what breeds of chickens are they using to
right.
make the eggs?
Ah,
Yeah.
that's fascinating. I used to visit my grandparents' farm in the Midwest when I was a kid, and one of my chores was gathering eggs. And but it was a commercial chicken house with I'm thinking I gathered something like 7,000 eggs a day. They laid an egg basically an egg a day. So every day there's 7,000 eggs to go collect, and it was back in the day before free range chickens and all that. So if you've ever seen Napoleon Dynamite, there's a scene in the chicken house, and it's basically the same. It's basically what I did. That was my childhood. But anyway, one of the things that I appreciate about an egg is when you crack it, you can determine its freshness by how round the yolk is. So if it's an old egg, it kind of flattens out. But if you get like a fresh egg right out of the chicken, it stays plump and round. So anyway, also I think I like the better quality eggs that are like fed from chickens that are fed better are more orangey color.
Yeah.
And the ones that are kind of not so great, like you get from the grocery store that have been sitting there a long time, they flatten out and they're kind of like pale, very pale yellow.
So really, the ideal egg is a Cadbury egg?
Yes, that's it. Exactly, that is what the ideal egg looks like. Yes.
Chocolate.
Firm, round, orange
Brown
center.
shell, really orange center, holds its shape.
Yes. And then I'll throw in one last thing. Probably everyone in the world knows this, but one way to tell if an egg is hard-boiled or raw.
In case you forgot.
Yes, spin it.
Oh.
You give the egg a good spin, and then you stop it and let loose. And if it starts up spinning again, it's raw.
Oh.
Because basically the center
center
is spinning still.
That makes sense.
So.
Oh,
Okay.
momentum, yeah.
Anyway, that's awesome. Fun facts about eggs.
Yeah. Oh, also, so another fun fact about eggs, and this is kind of a PSA. If you live in the U.S. and you are getting eggs from the grocery store, you should refrigerate them.
Yes.
If you are, if you're raising your own chickens and you're harvesting fresh eggs and you're not washing them, you don't have to refrigerate them.
Yeah, I found that when I lived in Malta for a little while, and I was like, why are the eggs not refrigerated?
Yeah, and lots of places in
The
Europe.
EU.
I know in the one I know about is France, and they also, you don't have to refrigerate the eggs there because there's a natural antibacterial substance that the chickens deposit on the eggs, and so that protects against salmonella and whatever. Yep. But in the U.S. industrial complex, that gets washed away. Part of the process of packaging eggs is in the U.S. anyway, and I don't know about many other places, but the eggs get washed, and so this compound gets washed away, and that's why you have to refrigerate your eggs if you're buying them from the grocery store in the U.S.
Yeah, that's so fascinating. I remember looking that up because I was very confused about why. But the EU has, I don't know what the organization is, but it's the equivalent of the FDA. And they choose not to wash their eggs, which makes a lot of sense to me.
Well, it does, and I didn't look into why do people in the U.S. Why does the U.S. wash their eggs? But I have to imagine it was one of these companies was like, we're gonna wash our eggs and we're gonna advertise that our eggs have been washed. And
that's true, because sometimes they have poop on them.
It's a marketing thing. Everything comes down to marketing. So it was a marketing thing at some point where they were like, we're gonna advertise that our eggs have been washed and people are gonna want to buy our eggs because they are cleaner.
Yeah.
Never mind
really?
the fact that the chickens already have addressed this problem.
Yeah, but
Washing them just makes it worse.
yeah, it makes so much more sense to me the way the EU does it.
Yeah,
and
just
think
use
of all the
nature,
infrastructure
but,
and shipping eggs in refrigerated trucks and then
Yeah.
refrigerating them in the store and then you got to refrigerate them at home. It's ridiculous. So yeah, it makes a lot more sense. But I don't know if it'll probably never change. It's
No,
too
probably
late.
not.
No, not at this point.
Yeah. All right, that was awesome. I always enjoy flashbacks to my childhood egg gathering days. So, yes. What have you got for us today, Allison?
Well, slightly related to Caitlin's
Oh
story,
my goodness, that
but
happens more
only-
often than I.
Only tangentially,
See if I can
because
share.
I wanted to talk about one of my favorite New York City traditions, which is Mulch Fest.
Oh.
But as we were taking our Christmas decorations down, we realized there was a nest in our Christmas
That's
tree.
true.
Didn't have any eggs in it
Didn't see it when we put it up. I guess
because the branches dropped.
yeah, it thinned out and got a little saggy and
Yeah.
sad, and then you could see the nest back in there.
Yeah. So David retrieved it. He still has a phantom splinter from his attempt to get the nest out of the tree. But the reason we wanted to get it out is we brought the Christmas tree to something called Mulch Fest. So in all of the New York City parks, from December 26th to January 14th, you can drop off your Christmas tree in a designated area and have it chipped to make into mulch for the New York City parks. So the New York City Parks Department also collects all of the trees that are put on the curb between January 3rd, I believe, and January 14th to contribute to Mulch Fest. And last year, over 50,000 Christmas trees became mulch in New York City parks. And this year they're hoping to beat that record. So we contributed our Christmas tree. We're lucky because some sites are just drop-off sites and some sites are chipping sites, but our site is a chipping site.
Yep.
So we can actually go, and if we had any greenery, I guess we could go and actually get a bag of Christmas tree mulch for our
Awesome.
own personal use.
Which, by the way, one of the reasons it's so much fun is the park smells
like Christmas
like
trees.
Christmas after mulching for a while.
Yeah.
So it's awesome to walk through the park and just smell that.
Yeah.
Oh, that Christmassy smell. It's so good.
Yeah, it's like Christmas doesn't leave because when you're outside you can, and it's kind of nice because Christmas trees you only have for a short amount of time, but whenever we go to Central Park we could see a little part of our Christmas tree.
Oh, that's
Yep.
nice.
Yeah, so I love Mulch Fest. There's a hashtag Mulch Fest. The drop off sign says thank you very much. I just love Mulch Fest. It makes me so happy. And as if you've been on the stream before, we moved into a new building. The building is a little bit fancier than any place we've lived
Way
before.
fancier.
So we were accosted bringing our tree out. No, someone comes and gets it for you. When we put it in the service entrance, we're like, but we want
What?
to bring it to Mulch Fest. So we stood in the entryway for the
Like
building for
10
10 minutes negotiating,
This is
bringing the
like, I
Christmas
want-
tree to Mulch Fest.
It's like, no, we take it. You call.
Yeah. We do that.
But
I'm like, no,
it's
but
right
we're
over there.
So,
yeah.
yeah. So that's anyway. I love
Yeah.
Mulch Fest.
Yeah, I need to create a hashtag doorman life. There's all kinds of
People would hate us. We're not doing that.
but there's all kinds of weird things you don't know
I
until
don't
you
know.
have doorman. We had takeout delivered, and they get a call from the doorman. There's takeouts here. I go downstairs. He's like, "Oh, I put it on the elevator." So apparently, you just push the elevator button, and there's your food in the elevator by itself.
What?
So-
We were
So-
both like, what? But if somebody else is in the what? That was very confusing.
Yeah, so there's a lot of little things you have to learn about how to interact with your doorman.
We're just,
I mean, I think
we're like
to
yokels in here.
extend that beyond, I think anytime you move to a place that's where your neighbors are a little bit fancier than you're used to.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Beverly
I mean, it's
Hillbillies
not
here.
just, and suddenly you're like, there, and it's like, you're like, what do you mean there's like a person to do this thing for me?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that is a universal, anytime you move somewhere. I mean, I haven't lived in an apartment building with a doorman per se, but I have lived in one that was like, the fanciest apartment I've lived in was a building where there was like a front desk, and there was a guy, or not always a guy, but there was a person who sat at the front desk and would sign for packages,
right?
And,
That's such a
do
nice...
all that sort of thing. And so it was the same sort of thing, and would call you if your delivery food was there or whatever. And
yeah.
and like I was like, what do you mean I don't have to like track, like my package is going to be safe. Like I don't have to,
right, you don't have to be there,
track where my package is and make sure that I'm home on the day it's going to be delivered. Like that's
what a luxury.
So I will say David is very close to the super in his building, and his super will call him and say, you have a package, I'm hiding it somewhere. Let me know the next time you'll be in the building.
That's true.
Yeah, he had your packages for you.
I do miss seeing my super every morning when I walk out the door. But that was not an official service. That was just just my friendly super taking care of my packages.
Yeah.
Although, you never knew. Like one time he locked my package in some empty apartment and forgot which one it was and didn't have the keys. It was like, I have your package somewhere. No. New York City apartment life.
Yeah, I also did have a very crazy New York thing happen to me this week. It's never happened to me before.
Oh.
So we had a water main break.
I know what this one is.
At the end of the street, and we only lost like water for like half a day while they were fixing something. It wasn't too bad. Even they said we were going to lose water, but we really had it anytime we needed it.
Yeah.
And so there was like caution tape and like gates all around, and
the street was blocked off.
Yeah, the street was blocked off. I swear 100 people managed to successfully cross the street, but somehow I got wrapped in the caution tape, and I made it about 2/3 of the way across the block before I realized that I was attached to a gate on the other side of the street, and David had to like stop in traffic
to kneel in the middle of the road in traffic, and like I don't know how she did this, but it like was literally tied in knots around her legs somehow. It wasn't just like just slightly draped around her legs. It was like tied in knots. Like somebody had like come up behind her and tied tape around her legs while she was standing on the corner or something.
Oh, wow.
That's I mean, that sounds like the setup to some sort of like romantic comedy meet cute thing.
Yeah. I'm glad I had already met him, or else I really just honestly think I would, because I think people would have assumed it was some type of weird prank
to rescue you. Yeah.
It was. I was like, how does this possibly happen?
We were crossing the street and she was getting slower and slower, and then she just stopped and was like, I can't.
Oh no!
I looked down and like, what?
Oh no!
Yeah. I have some troubles.
When you said you had a New York experience, I was afraid it was going to involve a giant rat.
Oh,
no,
that's so commonplace now. I don't think they're just like.
They're just around.
Like squirrels or whatever. You're like, whatever. It's a rat.
Yeah. The only crazy rat thing I had is I used to have a dog, and he was a very like old man. Like I got him when he was a senior dog, so he's always very like mellow and chill. And 2 apartments ago, our walk to the park was by like the service entrance of a grocery store, which would make you never want to shop in a store again, like the smells and of the service entrance of grocery stores. But we were like walking, and all of a sudden he stopped, and I looked, and he had gotten a rat, and I screamed so loudly that he dropped it, and it like scampered off. But that was the worst rat encounter I ever had. I was like stuffing his mouth full of greenies. I was like, brush your teeth, like we got to get this like rat out of here.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that was the worst rat encounter, was him catching one.
That is pretty bad. My worst one wasn't near that bad. It was just like, I was walking down a street, and you see rats all the time, no big deal. But in this particular case, I don't know, it was like a rat convention or something. There were so many rats. I actually had second thoughts about whether or not I should proceed down the block that way. It was, I don't know, there are hundreds of them. But thankfully, when I got closer, they started to scatter. But I was definitely outnumbered. They could have taken me if they wanted to.
Yeah.
It was scary. But the funniest one was Central Park. Like once dusk hits, it's like rat hour.
Yeah.
So during the day, you don't really see anything. But if you linger a little too long and you're there after dusk, they just take over the park. It's insane. Anyway, I remember being there in dusk and some tourists coming down the stairs into part of Central Park, and then and I couldn't understand most of what they were saying because it wasn't English, but I did understand ratas, and then like screaming, and that was the end of ran out of the park. That was the end of their Central Park experience. So yeah, don't come to Central Park after dusk unless you're prepared for ratas.
But we didn't get to see it yet, but apparently there's a bald eagle living in Central Park. He's been spotted twice this week, so we have to go try to
Yeah, we do.
him. Or
We've
her,
seen
yes.
a goshawk a few times
Yeah.
having dinner.
Yes.
Pigeon dinner.
But that's been upsetting. But
Yeah, because the pigeon wasn't quite dispatched when we
Yeah.
walked by. It was
Yeah.
still flopping around.
but hoping to see that bald eagle. That'd be exciting.
That would be super cool.
Yeah.
The most reliable way that I've found to find interesting bird sightings is you look for, not the bird, you look for like 20 or 30 bird watchers with their giant binoculars and cameras with their really long lenses standing underneath the tree looking up. Guaranteed. I think Allison found got a little peek into their secret world when she found an Instagram account where they post sightings up to the minute. So basically you can follow that and know where all the cool bird sightings are. And you learned the name of that penguin bird.
I don't remember what
Forgot
it's called.
it? Okay.
A ruffling? A ruffling?
It doesn't sound right.
I don't know.
Well,
Anyway.
we'll figure it out. Well, maybe next time we'll remember what that is. But anyway, so that is our week. It looks like Allison managed to finish the dailies, but I still have to do mine. So I know I promised this week we would be on Twitch, but I got busy. Maybe next week. But you can always find out where we're going to be in the Discord chat room for the daily challenge. I always post the link there to where we're streaming. Twitch one of these days, but not yet.
Nope.
Okay.
All right. With that, I guess we'll sign off. If you enjoy the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again next week. Take care.
Bye. Happy New
Bye.
Year.
Happy New Year.